Are you ready to strike gold in your trading? In our last video, we alerted you to a massive opportunity in the gold market as GLD broke out from a 3-year consolidation base to all-time new highs. And guess what? Our analysis was spot on. GLD is now showing a solid gain of approximately 10% since then. But here's the exciting part. This breakout could just be the beginning of a massive move higher. In this video, we'll show you exactly how to manage your GLD trade for maximum profits and minimal risk. And if you missed out on the initial breakout, don't worry. We'll reveal a potential buy entry point that could give you a second chance at trading gold. Plus, stick around until the end of the video for a bonus tip on how to use the power of breakouts to supercharge your trading. I'm Rick Petticelli, head stock analyst at Morpheus Trading Group, and I've been mastering the art of trading for over 20 years. If you're ready to take your trade to the next level, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more cutting-edge market insights. Let's dive in and start raking in those golden profits. So just a quick review of our last video. We mentioned that we liked GLD as a buy entry around 200. We liked the big volume breakout from the downtrend line. And so in the last video, we said we would buy around 201 and then look to enter more shares around the 200 level, which would be around the 8-day EMA, which it pulled back to the 8-day EMA, undercut the average for a day, and then pushed higher. We also mentioned possibly adding more shares if there was a touch of the 20, but the price action remained pretty strong and moved out after undercutting the 8-day EMA, pulled back in for another slight shakeout of the 8, and then ripped higher. So from our entries, GLD is currently showing a profit of about almost 10%. So, which is pretty good for GLD. A move of 10% is like 20 or 30 in a stock. It's not as explosive of a mover, so this is a pretty awesome move. Before we go into further detail about how to manage the trade, let's do a quick review of why we like GLD. And obviously there was the downtrend line breakout on big volume, but what we really liked was the monthly chart, and that this breakout was a move above the all-time high. So there was the prior high from 2011 that the price action stalled at for a few years here, from 2019 to 2023, from 2019 to 2023, and then finally tightening up and breaking out in 2024. So with no overhead resistance, it's just blue skies above. There's no sellers above waiting to exit their position. So this trade has the potential to explode higher and can be much more than just a quick swing trade, though. For those who just want to take a quick swing trade, that's fine too. So let's get back to the daily chart. For those still in the trade and looking to swing trade, when we swing trade and look to take profits after a strong move up, we're looking at either the 8-day EMA as a selling guide, a break of the 8-day EMA, or if the price action turns parabolic and starts to really just explode up, we'll look to trail a stop beneath the prior day's low. So if we're looking to exit, into strength here, we'd use, as the price action opened up on Thursday, we'd use Wednesday's low as the stop. Or we'd use the 8-day EMA. Also, another moving average that we could use would be the 5 simple MA, and that would also help if the price action becomes really extended from the 8 or 10-day MA on the daily chart. That management is what we would do if we're looking to exit into strength for a quick pop. However, since GLD is breaking out from a longer-term consolidation to all-time new highs, one may want to be a little bit more patient with this trade. And if that's the route we're taking, we're probably going to maybe sell some of the position on this move out and then lighten up and wait for the first pullback to the 20-day EMA, and then look to add back those shares at that level and possibly increase our size, looking for a bigger move. And as long as the price action held on to the 20-day EMA, we would continue to hold that position. And I think taking some profits into strength, even if holding for a bigger gain, is good. You can kind of trade around the position. And I think taking some shares off and then adding them back as price pulls back to a moving average is good psychologically. It's less of an on or off switch, which all or nothing, which we want to shy away from. Unless it's just a quick swing trade, that's fine. But when we're dealing with a longer term trade, say over several months, then we want to really get away from that all or nothing approach, because that could lead to some emotional decision making and exiting a position before we want to. So if for those not already in the trade, we would be looking for a pullback, the first pullback to the 20-day EMA as a chance to enter. And we wouldn't just blindly buy the first touch of the 20. We would look for either some sort of reversal candle on the daily chart or for a higher low on the hourly chart to set up around the 20-day EMA. And the price action in GLD over the past few weeks is just really reinforces the power of buying all-time highs, especially when it's from a long base. And that's just an explosive combination. And, it's the power of buying high and selling higher. And that pretty much is the bonus tip here. If some of the most explosive breakouts occur when we have a stock or ETF or any index that's moving out from a longer term base, and that also happens to be the first move to all-time new highs 3 or 4 times over the past year or within the past years, we're talking 3 to 5 years minimum. And with GLD, we have basically the first breakout to all-time new highs that's really following through. This is the first time since 2011, so 13 years. That sort of breakout shouldn't fizzle out within the first few months, so we're looking for a bigger move here. All right, traders, so let's recap what we covered in this video. We showed you how our previous analysis of GLD was right on the money. Basically, we don't always get it right like that, but it's nice when that happens. We bought a bit extended, but we mentioned adding on the pullback to the 8, which occurred, and then the price action followed through from there, just like it should have. So that's great action. And note that the volume picked up on the move up as well. So the price and volume action is confirming there. We also discussed how to manage the trade using the prior day's low and the 8-day EMA if the goal is to sell into strength. And one could also use the 20-day EMA as a selling guide if looking for a longer term hold, and also use the 20-day EMA, the first pullback to the 20 EMA, as a potential buy entry for those who are still not yet in the trade but would like to enter on weakness. But the most important lesson here is the power of buying breakouts from long bases to all-time new highs. When a stock or ETF is trading in blue sky territory, there's no overhead supply to hold it back, and that's when the real magic happens. If you enjoyed this video and want to take your trade to the next level, be sure to check out other videos we've handpicked for you. Just click on the links on your screen to keep learning and growing as a trader. And if you're ready to join the Morpheus Trading Group family and start receiving our top stock picks and analysis, head over to morpheustrading.com and click on stock picks to get started. Your future self will thank you. Remember, at MTG, we believe in trading what you see, not what you think. Trust the charts, stay disciplined, and the profits will follow. Trade with confidence, and we'll see you in the next video.